I'm Irina Popova, and I would like to show you this small presentation of my exhibition. It happened in the Open Studio 2011 at the Rijksacademie in Amsterdam, where I am the first-year resident. The open ateliers were very popular, and around 6,500 people came to look at the contemporary art exhibitions. Unlike the most residents, I am concerned with the contemporary issues and use the medium of documentary photography as a base for telling the stories based on a personal experience. This year I proposed the multimedia exhibition. Multi means many. I used many mediums to create the inside view on the subject. This time even more than usually. My exhibition is called Morocco. It's not a mistake of spelling, no. It's indeed about the real country with the real name, Morocco. But the project I made on the basis of my feelings and seeing could be as well an imaginary land with the use of some reality details. Some people can argue if someone without knowledge and experience on the subject can tell us something and even make a whole project, especially if it is about such a complicated issue as Arabic is. But I'm sure that the fact that I come from a totally different world helps me to get more wide, independent, pure view on the things. Sometimes I even get naive. That's how I am, and with my project, you go to travel through unknown land in my humble company, to see things through my eyes, to become me almost. It's dark inside, and not only because I'm using one space to show both film and photography. I tried to bring the viewer as close as possible to my original experience dealing with the subject. Literally, it was not dark in Morocco. On the contrary, it was too much sun. That's why you get almost blind. It's the atmosphere of suspense and maybe even horror movie without clear understanding what to be afraid of. I built this installation of wood which can symbolize many things, like chaos, or poverty, or the way of communication, or the unreliability, maybe the whole construction of the society, or just the visual look of the street view. But I used merely feelings than the logic in this case. That's how I felt there. At last I stopped at the concept of the construction of the normal society with not criticizing but fearing of its fixed way of building the human life. I separated the wall and the women's stories who were to the left and the men to the right. From the bottom to the top you see some spotted moments from the childhood to the death. This installation is individual and made specially for this exhibition. On the opposite wall I show something contrary to this imaginary paradise of the tradition. It's the photos from the small village where the hashish is produced. And for me, this agony of the addiction was so scary as if I got to the underworld or to the hell itself. Yes, these photos are the representation of the very particular understanding of the hell for me. Moreover, I felt like a strange dream which never ends, almost a nightmare, but then a very slow one without chasing or escaping. On the big screen I showed the film. It was accepted as the main part of the exhibition. It's a story of a simple Moroccan guy called Yassine. He dreams to change the traditional and passive society. He tries to escape from the bore of normal life. But in the end he doesn't do anything and gets into the trap of smoking hashish. Together with the exhibition I present a book. It tells the stories behind the photos in a very personal narrative way. It contains a lot of secrets both of the author and other people, and it's very sincere, so sincere as talking the whole night on the kitchen about my stories, experiences, feelings, and thoughts. If you want to know all this after you've seen the images and was introduced into the story. The book allows you to take the story with you home and to keep it forever. These are separate variants for men and women. Nobody is allowed to look into the opposite book or to buy one. So strict because the separation in Moroccan society is so strict too. They even celebrate the weddings in separate days, and it's not normal to see a woman in a cafe, absolutely not imaginable to see her smoking hashish. I broke some rules and entered both worlds in Morocco. That's why I take responsibility to make books for both, causing sometimes a harsh frustration of the viewers. The book is absolutely handmade, out of rare materials, and each example is unique and lives its own life. The book was issued in the limited edition of 50 copies each variant, and though many of them were sold, it's still possible to order one through the internet.